us know it's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, all of us know people who have addiction problems, whether it's drugs, it's alcohol, tobacco, whatever it may be. It's a serious problem in this country. These guys also have a serious addiction problem. No matter how much money they have, it is not enough. And if they have to step on you and you, if they have to destroy Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid to get another tax break so they can get a few $1 billion more, that is what they will do. They are very formidable people. They lack the empathy gene. They could care less about humanity. It's all for themselves. And they're becoming more and more ostentatious. They don't give a damn who knows about it. Bezos has a wedding in Venice, $50 million. Zuckerberg decides to buy 11 houses in Palo Alto. Bezos owns 14 homes around. They really are not shy. They're not embarrassed about telling the world that they have it all. And we have got to change that culture in America. We've got to end the survival of the beast, all in it, fighting amongst ourselves. And we have got to develop a society that works for all of us. So let me give you some examples of what I think we have got to do. What we have got to make clear, loudly and clearly, is that health care is a human right, not a privilege. We are the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people. That has got to end. Anyone here think that that's a radical idea? Every other major country guarantees health care to all, and most of them spend half as much as we do per capita. We have got to cut the cost of prescription drugs in this country in half. Think that's a radical idea? We pay, in some cases, 10 times more than other countries for the same exact medicine. Now, here's another idea that is not radical. We live in a competitive global economy. And that means we need to have the best educated workforce in the world. Now, I hear many of my colleagues in Washington giving long speeches about how much they love America. Well, if you love America, you love the children in America. You don't have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. You don't have a child care system which is dysfunctional. You pay your public school teachers a living wage. I want the best and the brightest to go into teaching. We should start off every teaching job in America at least $60,000 a year. Today, I had a meeting in Chicago with medical residents. Some of them graduated medical school $500,000 in debt. Nursing graduates, $100,000, $200,000 in debt. Ordinary kids going to a four-year school, $50,000, $80,000 in debt. We have got to make public colleges and universities tuition free and cancel all student debt. And again, I got to say this over and over again. I want you to think about it. This is the richest country on earth. Why should we have a dysfunctional child care system which costs parents far more than they can afford and yet pays child care teachers totally inadequate wages? Why is that? How is it that we can give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%, but cannot have the best public school system in the world? That's not asking too much. And when we talk about where we are as a country, just talk to people the other day in Davenport. A young woman gets up and says, you know what? The likelihood is I am never going to own my own house. And the statistics are pretty clear. And again, try to understand, why is this? Why is it that the likelihood of a young person today owning a home is much less than his or her parents? We have a major housing crisis in America. In 2 weeks, there'll be a bill coming before the Senate, the Defense Appropriations Bill. It will ask people to vote for a $1 trillion military budget for a Pentagon that cannot pass an independent audit. It increases military spending by $150 billion. Well, I think instead of spending $1 trillion on the military, how about using that new $150 billion to build millions of low-income and affordable housing units in America? And when we talk about the needs of workers, right now in Washington, I'm embarrassed to tell you, but you already know it. The federal minimum wage has not been raised for a long, long time. It is a starvation wage of $7.25 an hour. I have the radical belief that if somebody works 40 hours a week, that person should not be living in poverty. Radical idea. We got to raise the minimum wage to a living wage of at least $17 an hour. 17. There are millions of workers who want to join in unions. $17 an hour, I would fucking kick them. If we're going to rebuild the middle class in this country, we need to rebuild the trade union movement. We need to make it easier for workers to be in unions, not harder. And that's why we've got to pass the PRO Act. We are one of a few countries around the world that doesn't guarantee paid family and medical leave. Again, you're living in the richest country on earth. Moms and dads should not have to make the choice about whether they stay home with a sick kid or they get fired if they don't go to work. Not a choice that should have to be made in the United States of America. Let's pass paid family and medical leave. Maybe traveling away soon. 22% of senior citizens in America, again, in the richest country on earth, are trying to survive on $15,000 a year or less. Can you imagine anybody trying to get by on $15,000 a year or less? 22% of seniors. Half of seniors are trying to get by on $30,000 or less. And then you got Republicans out there saying, well, let's cut Social Security. I have a slightly different idea. And that is, instead of cutting Social Security, we should expand Social Security benefits. And extend the...
No thanks. War on Portland.
cow chop. Bugs out here, Brett. We decided to take little Tommy over here on an adventure for some father and son time. We have along with us codename Tobias, and there's another one. It's called codename Teton, I think. And we're gonna take him for a jolly old ride down the river. The rapids are at an all-time high. Very dangerous right now.
You can never start river safety too young in a youngster's life. You know, keep the bugs off him and teach him how to forge a new life on the river.
This could very well be useful information for his little future, and for mine as well, honestly. Even as a grown man.
So
let's go meet the other guys. Why is there a half-naked man in the river?
Got myself a big one down here, boys.
you caught a fish?
Oh, what?
You caught a fish?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know if I should put this on. Holy shit, look how big that motherfucker is! Wow!
Still alive.
Kill it! Put it out of the misery!
Kill it.
There we go! Oh, no. I think he just drowned. Looks like me and Aaron are gonna need to go in and get us some raw fishage, so that way little Tommy can eat good.
He's learning everything you do. Set a good example.
There's water already on my boat! Wait, there's water already on my boat! There's water already on my boat!
Okay. A little water never hurt.
There's water already on my boat! This angry fisherman! Why am I doing this? It's sinking! Who made this piece of shit?
Goodbye.
Aaron, don't leave! Aaron! Aaron! Holy shit, guys! It's so cold! It's so cold!
Why are we going so fast?
Holy fuck!
There's branches. Go that way.
Can we grab a bridge? Wait! Grab a bridge! Grab a bridge, Aaron!
Yeah, we're going so fast.
Now would be a good time to talk about our cow chop shirts. They're on sale at the Rooster Teeth merch store. I could be wearing one right now. It's more of a fan service.
I think James and Aaron just drowned.
You did so fast!
Quick, Brett. Our friends are drowning.
Oh, we're going a lot faster. Oh, James, your head's north of the rocks. Your head's north of the rocks. I'm pulling you in.
Our friends are drowning. Our friends are drowning, Brett. And I can't even get a first date.
Hold on, Brett! I'm coming!
Tommy, they shouldn't have done this.
Coming to rescue you, friend!
It's going so fast. I thought this was gonna be like a chair.
Are you guys good still?
I can't get back on.
We might be in the process of dying. No, don't pull the rope, you asshole!
I'll pull the rope.
No! Wait. You're gonna make it go faster! No, pull the rope!
Let go of the rope.
He let go of the rope! I gotta save him! Let go of the rope! Let go!
There's so many rocks. Why is there so many rocks? There's so many rocks.
Why'd you let go of the rope? Aaron! Aaron, the rope!
UK police also sharing an update with us on this attack that we now know has been labeled as an act of terrorism. And I did want to play out just the brief update from police for you right now.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First and foremost, my thoughts and those of my officers and staff are with the families of the loved ones who have been affected
Federal
by
government
today's
shutdown.
horrific incident on what is the Jewish community's holiest day, Yom Kippur. This attack has been officially declared as a terrorist incident, and the investigation is now being led by counter-terrorist police. As has been confirmed by CT policing, we believe that the identity of the offender has been established, but until we are certain of this fact, it is premature to set out this detail at this juncture. In addition, I can confirm that 2 other individuals have been arrested in connection with this incident, and urgent inquiries are ongoing. We can confirm that 2 members of our Jewish community have sadly died as a result of this attack.
That's a shame.
Following a rapid response, armed officers from Greater Manchester Police intercepted the offender, and he was fatally shot by officers within 7 minutes of the original call. 4 further people remain in hospital, having suffered a variety of serious injuries, and their treatment is ongoing, and our thoughts are with them and their families. Inquiries are moving at pace, and very visible and proactive policing activity is ongoing across Greater Manchester and beyond. Updates will be provided as soon as is practicable. Our priority is to keep the public safe. At this time, we know that a car was driven directly at members of the public outside the Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation Synagogue on Middleton Road, Crumsall, in Manchester.
Press any button? What if I press the button F? Why does that happen? A lowercase letter F is the scariest letter in the alphabet kingdom. You could never do a Call of Duty F. Nobody would buy it. They would be too afraid. Garfield Kart F, Halls of Hatred. Nobody would buy that. Only Silent Hill players are brave enough to buy a game called Silent Hill F. What is panini projection? Is it like... Let's see if they fixed this franchise yet. In Silent Hill 2 Remake, you could not walk into cloth. There was no cloth physics and nothing. And absolutely nothing. This is not a AAA production. This is a single F production. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is AAA. Oh, thank God.
The fox god's enshrined all over the place.
The F stands for fox. Escape from the fog monster. The F stands for fog. This is kind of like the Ratatouille game. Oh God, do not go AAA during the fog monster chase. Oh no, I have to go AAA during the fog monster chase. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Get out of there, get out of there. Go a different way. Yeah, go to AAA like that. I'm free. The F stands for free. Oh, it's got my foot. The F stands for foot. They definitely put a lot of money into the hair of this game. Look at her. Look at just the lighting on her hair, how it like shifts around. Look at that. No, it's not.